so we can all see your smiling faces. And sorry about all of the technical challenges. We live in a world of technology, and so sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's not all perfect, but we are here now. So this is a special call meeting of the Tennessee Higher Education Commission, and it's called to order right now, so thank you all for participating. We will first call a roll, and since we are all participating virtually, please remember to state whether there are any other persons present in the room with you. Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
Okay. Chairman, also to give you a heads up, if we don't, it looks like Treasurer Willard for some reason jumped off the call after I just told you that, so we'll see where we are after we call the roll in case we need to wait a moment. Okay, Chairman Scarlett.
I am present and no one else is in the room.
Commissioner Allman. Commissioner Pope. Commissioner Kingsolver.
Here and alone.
Commissioner Cogan.
I'm here and my husband is in the room with me. We are out of 10.
Commissioner Matlock.
Present and alone.
Commissioner Moser.
Present and alone.
Commissioner Stafford. Can you upgrade Commissioner Stafford? It looks like he just won the call. Commissioner Stafford, are you present?
I
am present and I am alone.
Thank you, Commissioner Stafford. Commissioner Wharton. Commissioner Whitten. Commissioner Winton, are you still on the call? Secretary Hargett? Okay. Commissioner Winton, you might be muted.
Oh, I'm here.
How about now? Okay. Commissioner Winton,
Yes, I'm calling in from my phone.
Okay.
So I don't know if you can hear me or not, but hopefully you can. I am here. I am sitting in a lobby of a building in D.C., and I am not alone.
Okay, thank you, Commissioner Winton. Secretary Hargett? Okay. Treasurer Willard? Commissioner Morrison?
Sorry, Shauna, real quickly, can you, I believe Treasurer Willard is on, but he is muted.
Okay.
Can you promote the panelists or whatever necessary, please?
Yes, thank you. Okay. Is he in the list of them perhaps? Let me just make sure. No. Okay, he is not showing on our list. I will come back to him at the end of the roll if that's okay, Chairman Scarlett. Commissioner Morrison?
Nathan James for Commissioner Morrison.
Thank you. And Comptroller Mumpower?
I am here and I am alone.
Okay.
Oh, and I'm alone as well.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, just to make sure, since we've had some technology issues, Secretary Hargett, are you here? Okay. And then Treasurer Willard, are you present? Okay. In any case, Chairman, you do have 8 voting members present and a quorum.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. I do believe that Treasurer Willard is trying to get back on. Just please keep an eye on that as we move forward. He's saying he's on there, but he cannot speak. But we'll move on since we have a quorum.
All right. Now hear me. This is David Willard.
Oh, brilliant.
We can hear you, Treasurer Willard.
Okay, I'm here.
Thank you so much. Our first item of business today is a statement of need for us to meet electronically. Madam Secretary, would you mind reading the statement, please?
Commission members, all members are participating electronically today. As such, Tennessee Code Annotated Section 844-108B2 requires that the Commission make a determination that a necessity exists in order for a quorum of members to participate by electronic or other means of communication. A necessity means that the matters to be considered by a public body at a meeting require timely action by the body, that physical presence by a quorum of the members is not practical within the period of time requiring action, and that participation by a quorum of the members by electronic or other means of communication is necessary. In this case, two facts support a determination of necessity. First, today's agenda items require timely action by this commission to allow our institutions to deliver the new academic programs to be considered to students this coming fall. Second, scheduling conflicts and other commitments prevented a quorum of members from being physically present today.
Thank you so much. Do you have a motion to determine that a necessity exists as decided?
Motion. Seconded.
Wonderful. Madam Secretary, would you please call the roll?
Chairwoman Scarlett.
Aye.
Commissioner Kingswalker.
Aye.
Commissioner Tobin.
Aye.
Commissioner Matlock.
Aye.
Commissioner Moser.
Aye.
Commissioner Stafford.
Aye.
Commissioner Wharton.
Aye.
Commissioner Winton. Aye. Treasurer Willard.
Aye.
Comptroller Mumpower.
Aye.
Chairwoman, you have 10 ayes.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Let's see here. Now to adopt the agenda. So I've been informed that for the agenda, item 1B, UT, will not be making some of the changes to the program and need to go back through prior staff approvals before coming to the commission. So without any objection, I would suggest we adopt a revised agenda with item 1B being removed. I will entertain a motion and a second to adopt this revised agenda for today's meeting.
So moved.
Second.
There's no objection. We will take a roll call vote. Madam Secretary, that's all you.
Chairwoman Scarlett.
Aye.
Commissioner Kingswalker.
Aye.
Commissioner Tobin.
Aye.
Commissioner Matlock.
Aye.
Commissioner Moser.
Aye.
Commissioner Stafford.
Aye.
Commissioner Wharton.
Aye.
Commissioner Winton. Aye. Treasurer Willard. Treasurer Willard.
Aye. I vote aye.
Okay, Comptroller Mumpower.
Aye.
All right, Chairwoman, you have 10 ayes.
Wonderful. That motion carries. So we'll start with our regular calendar, the new academic program, which is what our entire agenda is today. The revised first item consists of 4 new academic programs for the commission to consider. From Chattanooga State Community College, Northeast State Community College, Tennessee Tech, University of Tennessee Health Science Center, University of Tennessee Southern, and UT Martin. Dr. Ryan Cresson, Director of Academic Affairs, will provide a brief overview for the 4 programs, and we will then hear directly from campus representatives. Dr. Cresson, you are recognized. Please tell me if I'm pronouncing it correctly.
Course but course I'll take it.
Okay.
Fine. No worries. Thank you, Chairwoman Scarlett. Let me thank you all for considering these programs today. As you know, I'm sure the programs that are before you are a result of some months of hard work by our campus partners, and we're really excited to bring these to you today. We have 4 programs for your consideration. The first 2 are from Tennessee Board of Regents Schools. There's an Associate of Applied Science in Electric Vehicle Engineering Technology at Chattanooga State Community College, and then an Associate of Applied Science in Automotive Technology at Northeast State Community College. As you might remember, a revision to academic policy A 1.0 was approved at the July 2022 commission meeting this last year. The policy details elements of the new academic program's approval process, and the change that's salient in this case is that for these 2 programs, the revised version of that policy dictates that programs proposed by community colleges that are new to the TBR system need to come to this body for approval. So the programs, the two that we're considering today are the first that will be considered under this revised policy, although several more we expect to come in the near future. Three TBR representatives are joining us today to present these programs to you and to field your questions. Chancellor Forrest Heidings, Dr. Jocelyn Reed, who's the Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs, and Valerie Greenwood, a Senior Financial Analyst. They'll discuss the Associate of Applied Science and Electric Vehicle Engineering first, followed by the Associate of Applied Science in Automotive Technology.
Good morning, Dr. Smith, Chairman Scarlett, and members of the Commission. It is my pleasure to provide a few remarks to you this morning, as this is the first academic presentation that we've done to you in over 13 years for program approval. TBR, as you all are well aware, has been recognized throughout the state as a leader in workforce development, so I'm proud to bring forward today two essential workforce programs that are driven by the training and employment needs of key industry partners in the state. This is also a good opportunity to reflect on the uniqueness of community college programs that have a dual focus on transfer and preparing students for immediate entry into the workforce. We prioritize the development of programs aligned with workforce needs, and our industry partners have come to depend on TBR institutions to demonstrate that we are nimble and responsive in developing programs that meet the demand of students, business, and industry. Vice Chancellor Dr. Jocelyn Reed will be sharing details on our two new AAS degrees from Chattanooga State and Northeast State, which were both designed collaboratively with business and industry partners and reflect the competencies to meet the workforce needs of Tennessee and to ensure that graduates experience economic mobility. At this time, I'd like to call on Dr. Reed, who will present our new programs for approval for the Commission.
Thank you, Chancellor Heidings. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Good morning, Chairman Scarlett, Dr. Smith, and members of the Commission. It's my pleasure to present Chattanooga State's proposed AAS in electric vehicle engineering technology. I will be joined in the presentation by Valerie Greenwood, and also for questions, President Rebecca Ashford of Chattanooga State is here to assist with questions. Next slide, please. This proposed program will require 61 to 64 credit hours, consisting of 16 hours of general education, 36 hours of major field corps, and 12 hours of elective, including an optional 3 credit hour capstone course and offered primarily on ground. The EVET program will provide an educational pathway for students who are interested in electric vehicle manufacturing and maintenance industry, and will prepare our students with the education and skills needed to meet industry workforce demands that manufacture, diagnose, service, and repair electric vehicles. This program is designed to extend the partnership between Chattanooga State and Volkswagen to include the production of electric vehicles. Their current partnership that they have had for years is based on the production of internal combustion engine vehicles, and electric vehicle production is an expansion of a long-standing partnership. In 2023-24, this program will be offered via the Volkswagen Electric Vehicle Apprenticeship, and by 2025, it will be offered at the actual Chattanooga campus. With 4 major original equipment manufacturers, OEMs of the state, Tennessee is number 1 in Southeast for EV manufacturing investments. Since 2017, the electric vehicle industry has committed over $16 billion in investments and over 12,000 new jobs in Tennessee. According to the improvement in the pipeline for Tennessee's workforce academic supply for occupational demand reports in demand occupations data, electrical and electronic engineering technologists and technicians are in demand in 7 regions, including the Chattanooga area. They are also key to 6 Tennessee Department of Economic Community Development industry clusters, and in addition, these technicians are in high demand in 9 regions in Tennessee. The average salary for an EV technician will be between $59,000 and $65,000 annually. Volkswagen Group of America is transitioning to producing electric vehicles with the expectation they will phase out their combustion engine automobiles by 2035. Volkswagen Chattanooga operations is Volkswagen's first electric vehicle manufacturing plant in North America and is expected to create over 1,000 new jobs in Tennessee. To ensure its workforce needs are met, Volkswagen is starting a new electric vehicle expert apprenticeship in August with Chattanooga State, who will be the educational partner for delivering the educational component of that apprenticeship. A requirement of Volkswagen's apprenticeship is that all apprentices must complete the AAS in this targeted area. Chattanooga will also seek accreditation by the Engineering Technology Accreditation Commission, the ABET, which is a global accreditor of college and university programs in this area. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. The proposed EV-ET program relates to the Tennessee State Master Plan for higher education in several ways. In support of Drive to 55, it will increase enrollment in majors leading to high-demand jobs and increase the number of Tennesseans with post-secondary credentials. Motor vehicle manufacturing, motor vehicle parts manufacturing, other electrical equipment, and component manufacturing are all categorized as high demand with a growth outlook by jobs4tennessee.gov. It will also increase dual enrollment opportunities in high-need technical fields. The EVT program was designed with opportunities for high school dual enrollment courses. Volkswagen has communicated with Chattanooga State as well as Hamilton County Schools their desire to expand the current high school program to 100 participants with a combination of mechatronics and electric vehicle pathways. The current high school program, the Mechatronics Academy at Volkswagen, through Chattanooga, already offers students the opportunity to earn 42 credit hours towards a mechatronics technology AAS degree. It will also support executing partnerships between higher education and industry. Volkswagen will integrate this new AAS into their apprenticeship program. Courses were developed in conjunction with Volkswagen's fundamental electric vehicle technician competencies. In addition, these proposed course structures were designed to be easily replicated across Tennessee with the option to incorporate vendor-specific content into practical labs. Furthermore, this EVT program aligns with PBR's 2015-25 Strategic Plan Community and Workforce Policy Pillar by improving the conditions of individuals, families, and communities across our state, which manifests itself in economic vitality and mobility, but also by improving those communities in Chattanooga State. The proposed program also supports PBR's Center for Workforce Development's collaboration with businesses, industry, government, and our local institutions to ensure a rapid response with workforce training programs that prepare folks for a competitive workforce. And finally, the proposed program also aligns with Chattanooga's own vision, mission, and strategic plan by delivering accessible and innovative learning opportunities to every student, creating a pathway to family-sustaining wages and the development of a talented workforce. Next slide, please. At this time, Valerie Greenwood will highlight the revenue cost and enrollment projections.
As you can see here, the EDT program will be funded through tuition and fees based on the projected enrollment you see there at the bottom. It will also be funded through federal grant revenues. There's two federal grants that Chattanooga has to help support this program. You can see here that the revenues are also sufficient to cover the one-time costs as well as the recurring ongoing operating costs.
Commission, that is our presentation. We also have President Ashford here to take any questions with us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Reed. What sort of questions does the Commission have for Dr. Reed and Mrs. Greenwood?
Madam Chair?
Please.
So just wanted to ask a few questions in general in terms of this program. Would these associates of applied sciences, would they be transferable to Bachelor of Science programs, or is it strictly the Bachelor of Applied Science programs? I know that historically there's been kind of a rub there, and so I wanted to hear a little bit about that, and I've got a couple of other questions as well.
Sure. So typically our AAS degree programs are not designed for transfer, but directly entrance into the workforce.
Right. I knew that, but I knew that some of them had some transfer capabilities in the past. But as a general rule, is it still accurate to say that if it was going to happen, it would be to an applied science degree?
Yes, and I believe the college is going to be exploring those opportunities once they get through the approval process, because there are university partners aligned to Chattanooga. And I don't know, Dr. Ash, you want to add about any particular partners you all are starting those conversations?
Yes, that will be an important next step once this curriculum is approved. I know we'll be working with our partners at the universities, particularly Tennessee Tech, also University of Tennessee at Chattanooga, and any other universities who would be interested in partnering with us and who are interested in investing in EV engineering. But that will be an important next step for us. With all of our programs, we like to see alignment, beginning with the TCAT to the associate degree and then on to the university level.
And you're hitting on probably my next question is, which is, can you talk about the integration of this program with your colleges of applied technology locally?
Absolutely. And in fact, an important part of the curriculum development was that, of course, Chattanooga State is different from the other community colleges in that the TCAT in Chattanooga is actually part of our administrative structure. It was a very easy process to include the TCAT automotive faculty in the development of this program. And as we developed this program, TCAT faculty were advising and then seeing how they would also make alterations to their program to help create that pathway. And then, of course, in addition to the TCAT automotive faculty being involved in the curriculum development, of course, DW was highly involved in that as well.
Sure.
Yeah. I would also add for you, Commissioner, while that is unique to Chattanooga where they are integrated with the TCAT, the other TCATs have developed similar programs in that area, as well as they have developed, particularly in the Western region, around Ford electric vehicle production technology degrees. They will be also linked into this degree, which will be duplicated across Tennessee. So once this is approved, we have a convening in October with other community colleges to adopt this particular degree. Again, they can add specific vendors into that, whether it's Volkswagen or other Ford or others, but we're looking to align this across the state with all of our TCATs to this particular degree.
Well, you're making this presentation, and I'm thinking about conversations I've had with all the folks around Blue Oval City just in the last couple of weeks, and I'm thinking to myself, Dyersburg State, this would be perfect there. One of the issues also that I wanted to ask about was, can you share with me any policy issues in terms of integration with K-12? Something we've been made aware of at the State Board of Education is just that some of the high school courses and curriculums, which have similar course names to what the colleges of applied technology have, do not have sort of the detail that's required for that alignment to be just right. And I'd like to hear about any problems that have come with that, because it seems to me that the future has got to be, this strong alignment so that people are coming out, like what you're talking about with the 46 hours towards an associate's degree, or with a College of Applied Technology credential, so that they're able to make a living and don't have to necessarily move away. So what troubles have you had, or maybe in the past, or with that kind of integration from the K-12 level?
Sure. I would say we've actually been fairly successful in that area. As we look at our TCAT programs, they are offering dual enrollment at really increased numbers, and we have just done a lot of work where we have over 30 articulations from TCAT programs directly into AAS programs at the community college. Again, this degree is one of those that will be added into that circulation pathway so that those courses that high school students take from the THEC are accepted and recognized and transferred to the articulations of the community college. Same, we're also looking, you heard from this program, they're going to have dual enrollment offerings as well. So those will be accepted. So we have seen a great deal of success with the courses we have offered in the high school space being recognized at the THEC level, as well as through our work or articulation agreements, now accepted to the community colleges as well as they're not offering their own dual enrollment courses.
Okay. I appreciate you addressing those things. And if we as the State Board of Education could be of any help with that, or you run into problems, not for nothing, we do recognize that several laws have been passed to make sure that those agreements and arrangements are the norm instead of the exception.
Thank you.
Any other questions from the commission? Yes, please.
I guess I've got a question somewhat similar to Nathan James' question, a little bit broader. I understand from what Dr. Corsan said that we've got this policy in place statewide that kind of authorizes this effort. There seems to be good collaboration between the schools and the TCAS to bring this to fruition. And I did hear in the presentation that there's the strategic plan alignment with the TVR's plan and with Chattanooga's plan. Maybe this question is perhaps for Dr. Tidings. What I understand is that there will be more of these likely going forward being brought to the commission. My question is there an overall strategic plan as to how we're bringing these forward? How many of these will actually get such academic programs in the future? What exactly is the focus, or are these just each school going to do their own? I'm just trying to understand from a broader perspective how we're coordinating this. Dr. Tidings, I don't know if that's a question for you to respond to or not.
Sorry, I couldn't get unmuted. Yes, sir. The reason these are coming forward is due to the change that occurred. Actually, it's not a change. It's a reinterpretation of the policy that for 13 years we haven't been bringing them forward to you. This is the same process we've been following all along. We are working with THEC to try to make sure that this is streamlined as much as possible, because it's what I'm trying to stress, and you've heard with Jocelyn and President Ashford. We are always working diligently to get these things done expeditiously for business and industry. So we have to work a little bit more quickly, be a little bit more nimble than most other institutions do, because business and industry can't wait for us to go through a long process. But we were able to work through the process with THEC on this and to bring these forward to you. We are adding programs all the time. So you will see more of them as we move into, again, growing what we need to be doing for business and industry all across the state of Tennessee. Right now, it is just any new program that we have never taught before is what we'll be bringing to you. And this one is new for us in the system, newly developed for the EV field, and one that we do intend to replicate across the state, just like we're going to be doing with the TPAC programs for the EV industry. As Nathan referred to Blue Oval City, everyone talks about Blue Oval City needing the EV immediately, but what everybody seems to kind of forget is Volkswagen, GM, Nissan, they are all EV oriented at this point. So we are making sure that we are providing that all across the state.
Thank you. And maybe I wasn't clear enough. My question was specifically for this EV programming, because obviously I see the need. Clearly, we have a need. Do we expect these programs to come one by one, or is there a master plan as to how we're going to saturate our state higher educational system with the appropriate number programs so that we either don't come up too short or we don't end up with too many?
We have a plan at the system level to make sure that we have one of these programs offered for every one of the industries in the area that need this to be in their area. We also look at the travel distance for individuals, because even though they may be trained at Chattanooga State, this person may end up in West Tennessee. So we try to make sure that we've got those opportunities available, that if they want to relocate for a position, we have help to train them for that.
Okay, thank you.
That's exciting. So, Commissioner Stafford's question, is that a rollout plan that you can share with the Commission?
Yes.
Already published. I just haven't seen it.
What we have is, are you talking about a strategic plan? Is definitely a rollout plan, but the plan for EV is actually part of our master plan that we've been working on with the Workforce Development Group at the state level.
Brilliant. That'd be great. Any other questions or comments? So I have a couple comments and a question. One is I applaud the partnership that you have with Volkswagen. I also applaud the fact that Volkswagen has apprenticeship programs, and I hope that more and more businesses choose to adopt those, integrate them into the work they're doing, especially with our community colleges and THEC. I also want to say, I also applaud in the document I'm looking at here is under the alignment with the state master plan, you specifically call out increased enrollment, increased dual enrollment in ST partnerships. And I think, Dr. Reed, you pointed that out earlier, and I just appreciate having that directly tied back to the master plan as well. Question for you, and this, I believe, Dr. Reed, you said that Volkswagen has 1,000 jobs, or going to be opening up jobs. How many of these apprenticeships are going to be directly tied to jobs at Volkswagen? Is Volkswagen guaranteeing jobs for certain apprenticeships? Like, how does that work in this scenario?
Sure. So for the apprenticeship model, all of those individuals that they successfully complete that will be hired by Volkswagen actually vets the people who get accepted into the apprenticeship model, and then Chattanooga State will deliver the educational component of the training.
Okay, great. And you also mentioned something about an EV accreditation or some sort of other automotive accreditation. What is that?
Yes, so it's Engineering Technology Accreditation Commission, ADET. They're the global accreditor of colleges programs in applied and natural science, computing, engineering, and engineering technology. So that would just give that added layer of rigor that they will go through accreditation. And it's not only specific to electric vehicle, but it's a broader national accrediting body for those fields. So they will seek accreditation through them.
I'm assuming that will make sure that any sort of curriculum that we are using is up to standards of the industry.
Correct.
Okay, great. Okay, thank you. Are there any other questions before we move forward? If not, I will entertain a motion and a second on the Chattanooga State Community College Electric Vehicle Engineering Technology Associate of Applied Science Program.
I move approval as presented.
I second.
Any further discussion? With none, we will take a roll call vote. Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
Chairwoman Scarlett.
Aye.
Commissioner Kinshover.
Aye.
Commissioner Kinshover, you're on mute.
Aye.
Thank you. Commissioner Tobin. Aye. Commissioner Matlock.
Aye.
Commissioner Moser.
Aye.
Commissioner Stafford.
Aye.
Commissioner Wharton.
Aye.
Commissioner Winton. Aye. Treasurer Willard.
Aye.
Comptroller Mumpeller.
Aye.
Chairman votes 10 ayes, 0 nays.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. The motion carries. Thank you, Chancellor Tynan, Dr. Reed, and Mrs. Greenwood. Next, we will have a Northeast State Community College Automotive Technology Associate Applied Science Program. Dr. Reed and Mrs. Greenwood, you are once again recognized.
Thank you, Chairwoman Scarlett. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Again, thank you, Commission, for the opportunity to present Northeast State's AAS in Automotive Technology. I'm joined by Valerie Greenwood, as well as President Jeff McCord will be available to assist with questions. Next slide, please. Northeast State Community College proposes an Associate of Applied Science in Automotive Technology to meet the customized industry-specific needs and unique academic and career goals of the students within their five-county service region. The curriculum for this proposed degree is a 60-semester credit hour program consisting of 16 credit hours of general education, 16 credit hours of major field courses, 25 credit hours of pathway options, and a 3-credit first-year experience course. This model will allow students to develop a more diverse skill set, leading to a broader scope of employment opportunities. This realigns 3 well-established automotive-related programs that Northeast already had in automotive service, automotive body collision, and motorsports into one new degree with a concentration of automotive specialists. The program and concentration will offer the students flexibility to pursue coursework, training, and skills in 3 different pathways. Those pathways are automotive service, automotive body collision, and motorsports. While this will be the first AAS in automotive technology, it uses existing courses already being taught in Northeast State in those former programs. Furthermore, this realignment will also position Northeast State strategically for future growth within the industry in areas such as alternative fuel vehicles and fleet conversion. The proposed program also includes 2 embedded certificates in auto body service technology and automotive service. Lastly, this proposed program leads to National Coalition of Certification Centers NC3 certifications in torque and electrical metering, and students completing this AAS will have the skills and knowledge to successfully complete the Automotive Service Excellence ASE certification. Northeast State is located close to Bristol Motor Speedway and Bristol Dragway, which host and promote multiple motorsports events for NASCAR and NHRA. There's a constant need for workers in automotive racing industry nearby, which is met through that motorsport pathway. For automotive service technicians and mechanics, the THEC Supply and Demand Report indicated there were more than 10,000 new hires in the state of Tennessee, with 1,800 of those being in the East Tennessee region in 2020. With the developing nature of alternative fuel vehicles, including electric vehicles, the need for well-qualified technicians will continue. This proposed program will position Northeast as the only AAS degree-conferring institution and provide students a credential that is more easily identified by industry partners. Current faculty at the college have worked closely with our industry partners and workforce advisory boards to develop a program in which the competencies will be applicable to current and emerging needs of the automotive industry. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, the annual median pay for automotive body repairs will be around $47,000 annually. Next slide, please. The proposed automotive technology AAS aligns with the THEC State Master Plan for Higher Education by providing students with high-quality and relevant career-focused credentials. Additionally, this AAS supports the current efforts of the THEC Master Plan to implement unique, industry-aligned, workforce-driven academic programs. Lastly, this degree allows for future integration of alternative fuel vehicles and will prepare the students in the five-county service area for the state's needs today and tomorrow. Furthermore, this program aligns with the vision and mission of Northeast State by providing students the skills and knowledge necessary to be among the best prepared to meet current and emerging workforce needs. This proposed program provides an affordable career path for students that leads to greater levels of prosperity while also strengthening our regional workforce. Next slide, please. Valerie Greenwood will now present the revenue cost and enrollment projections.
Thank you, Dr. Reed. As Dr. Reed noted, you can see here that The revenues are sufficient to cover the costs. As you noted earlier, the automotive technology programs courses have been offered for many years, which means there are no new one-time costs associated with this program proposal. Instead, the costs are based on actual budget numbers for the current automotive-related courses. Based on the projected enrollment, the tuition and fee revenues, as well as 2 federal grants related to this program, are sufficient to cover the projected operating costs.
That concludes our presentation, Commissioner Scarlett. Thank you.
Thank you. What sort of questions do we have for Dr. Reed and Mrs. Greenwood?
Commissioner Scarlett, I have a question. That's mainly just a clarification. I'm assuming since this is a realigning of 3 existing programs, that the enrollment projections are probably pretty accurate based on current enrollment in those 3 separate programs that will be merged. Is that correct?
That's absolutely correct. So that's based on real numbers of what they have now and what's coming in the pipeline.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Madam Chair.
Yes, please.
I apologize. I'm going to have to jump off in just a couple minutes. As you can see, I'm in the bowels of the parts facility of my business, and my staff will be showing back up here in a moment. The numbers in which she spoke, I'm sure, are consistent, but in real dollars, they're a lot more dramatic than what maybe those indicated, because the real world, with the demands that we have in the market, are going to drive the pay of already have, actually. So I think what we're doing is spot on. I think what is happening across our state is really important, and I applaud Hartman and our governor and all that are working to help us in this automotive field, because it is going to continue to be critical that we get trained people, and they're going to really do well. It's just the future as we see it.
Thank you so much, Commissioner Matlock. That's great perspective.
Y'all have a great day.
Thank you. Do we still have a quorum with Commissioner Matlock?
We do have a quorum. We have 9 voting members, and I believe Commissioner Stafford may have to drop off at noon, but we should still have a quorum at that point. Gentlemen.
All right. What sort of other questions?
Drop off.
Very well. What sort of other questions do you might have for Dr. Reed and Mrs. Greenwood? I have a question. You talked about the 1,800 and the Commissioner Matlock's perspective of having even meeting even more people in that area. And this might be a question for President McCord, if he wants to answer this, but just, you mentioned in this document that Friendship Ford and Courtesy Chevrolet, first of all, I love the names of those establishments, have certainly provided some letters of support. What sort of other conversations are you having with the business, and how broad is that, given there's so many smaller shops and larger shops? Like, I want to understand kind of the workforce partnership.
I'll take that, Chairperson. So it's more than just those two. Of course, our dealerships are primary, and for us, we don't have an EV manufacturer in the region, and so we know we're going to have to manage this transition from internal combustion to alternative fuel. So this degree allows you to have that breadth to do that, because internal combustion is going to be with us for a while. There's going to be people servicing that for a long while. So our students will be able to do both as we integrate and we transition. But we have, every community college has industry advisory groups, and we certainly do as well. And really what we heard from that group, not just Friendship and Courtesy, is these programs are currently under industrial technology, and nobody knew what that meant. Students didn't know. We couldn't recruit to it as well, and unless you knew, you did not know. And so this should help our supply and our demand as we go across. Of course, we do have great relationships with the track right up the road, and get a lot of input from those folks as well, Jerry Caldwell and team.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Well, if there's no other questions or directions, I'll entertain a motion and a second on the Northeast State Community College Automotive.
Motion.
Do you have a second on that?
Second.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
Chairwoman Scarlett?
Aye.
Commissioner Kingsolver?
Aye.
Commissioner Tobin?
Aye.
Commissioner Moser?
Aye.
Commissioner Stafford?
Aye.
Commissioner Wharton?
Aye.
Commissioner Winton?
Aye.
Treasurer Lillard?
Aye.
Comptroller Mumpower?
Aye.
Chairman, you have 9 ayes.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. The motion carries. Thank you again, Chancellor Triding, Dr. Reed, and Mrs. Greenwood, and President McCord. Dr. Corsange, you are recognized for next steps.
Thank you, Chairwoman Scarlett. It's my pleasure now to introduce Dr. Lori Bruce, who's the Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs at Tennessee Technological University. Dr. Bruce will be presenting to you a proposed PhD in higher education, and will answer any questions that you have about that program as well. Dr. Bruce, you can.
Good morning, Chairman Scarlett and members of the Commission. First, thank you for allowing us to present to you a proposal for a new degree program today, a Doctor of Philosophy or PhD degree in higher education. The curriculum for this proposal has been developed by outstanding faculty in our College of Education, and I have Dean Lisa Zagumny, the Dean of our College of Education, here with me for any questions we might have or encounter along the way. So, next slide, please. Tennessee Tech currently offers 5 doctoral degree programs, one in counseling and supervision, exceptional learning, nursing, environmental science, and of course engineering. This proposed PhD program in higher education aligns well with those existing programs and aligns with Tennessee Tech's Carnegie classification as a doctoral university. It will both benefit from those existing programs and also support them, and it will also support the impactful research that's currently being done by faculty and our students. The proposed PhD program aligns with the university's effort to create, advance, and apply knowledge to expand opportunities and economic competitiveness in the state of Tennessee. The PhD program will be instructionally online. It's designed to prepare data-savvy professionals who will serve in higher education roles. The program will prepare higher education professionals who are focusing on improving college access, improving student success, and improving persistence to completion by students in higher education. 2 aspects to the program that build upon the strengths of Tennessee Tech are its focus on data science and its focus on emerging instructional technologies. With its data science curriculum, students in the program will learn to use scientific methods, processes, algorithms, and systems to mine and utilize data to create actionable approaches to address challenges confronting higher education today. Students in the program will also learn to use advanced technologies to engage and interact with students through platforms and systems, technologies that can be used to enhance the learning experiences and the academic success of students, whether they be online or on ground. With a combination of data-informed decision-making and advanced instructional technologies, we believe that the graduates of this program will be prepared to best serve students and guide higher education practices and policies. Based on the feasibility study that we conducted to determine how much of a market there is for this proposed program, we do anticipate the program to enroll many students who are working professionals in higher education. And that is why we designed the program that the instruction will be delivered online so that it can provide access to those working professionals who want to enroll in the program. Now, that being said, the program will also include new hands-on experiential learning opportunities for the students. So as a result, the knowledge and skills gained in the program will likely contribute to the additional growth, professional growth, and success to those individuals in their current positions, but also situate them for greater contributions within their institution. As for accreditation, the PhD in higher education will participate in THEC's program review process with external peer review according to a pre-approved review cycle. The proposed program does require THEC notification of a substantive change, and if the Commission approves our proposal today, we will immediately submit our notification to our THEC accrediting body. Next slide, please. The proposed degree program aligns with the state master plan because the PhD in higher education will help to increase the number of Tennesseans pursuing a post-secondary degree because it will prepare higher education professionals to better serve students and families and better lead institutions of higher education. And the proposed degree program also aligns very well with our university's mission as a STEM-infused, comprehensive institution. In short, the proposed program builds a strong bridge between data science, innovative instructional technologies, and foundational elements of higher education. Next slide, please. As with most activities at Tennessee Tech, we're being very conservative with our enrollment projections of 7 in year 1 and growing to approximately 30 by year 7. When we conducted our feasibility study and we conducted surveys of individuals across the state, we had a much higher than anticipated response rate of individuals very eager to be in this program. Because this program utilizes some existing courses and research infrastructure from our other PhD programs, our Department of Curriculum and Instruction will be able to utilize resources already available on campus to launch and support the new program, particularly in the ramp-up phase of the first couple of years. During year 1, the program will require no additional new faculty or no significant space or additional equipment. But by year 2 and year 3, we will be needing to add some additional faculty lines. But the additional revenues generated by the new program will support the new faculty lines as well as minimal costs for adjuncts, equipment, and travel. We are very excited about this new program. We're looking forward to taking the data science and technology underpinnings of Tennessee Tech and applying that toward research questions in the field of higher education and to serve working professionals in higher education. So with that, I will open it up to any questions you may have.
Thank you so much, Dr. Bruce. Does commissioners have any questions?
I do have one question. So I'm looking at that student attrition. So if I'm understanding that, these are going to be people dropping out of the program, and it seems pretty low, except for your report. There does seem to be a spike. Is there a reason that you project to have a spike in that specific year?
I have my dean of college education right here with me.
Hi. Good morning, everybody. Yes, it's just the matriculation through the program that, based on our current PhD program in exceptional learning, the attrition rate tends to be higher the further they are in the program. So we're thinking, just based on that current experience with attrition, that we'll see that by year 4. But again, we are being very conservative with these numbers, and there may be more flux that we haven't been able to accurately predict.
Typically, we see attrition in PhD programs when the students are transitioning from the coursework to the dissertation phase. And so since these are part-time students, that will start to culminate around year 4 for that first cohort coming through the program.
And then would we expect another spike further on, such as year 8?
Yeah, it will be, we predict it will be kind of cyclical, that as groups of students are transitioning from the coursework to the dissertation phase, that's where we typically see that attrition.
Thank you very much.
What other questions do we have for Dr. Bruce? Dr. Bruce, before we move forward, what is your Dean of Education's name?
Oh, I'm sorry. Lisa Zagoni.
Okay, thank you. Just want to make sure I got that on the record. Any other questions? Dr. Bruce, I have a couple of questions. I mean, we all recognize we have a desperate need for educators in our community. It is interesting that you've had over 50 recent inquiries about the program, 15 and very highly engaged prospects that email you on a regular basis, several that email you on a regular basis, yet you're only picking 7 to be in the first cohort. Is that a capacity thing, or help me understand that?
A little of each. We find that when we do these feasibility studies, we do have a natural attrition of people who are interested, and then when it comes time to, okay, I'm really going to dedicate myself to this, I'm going to enroll, there's going to be a natural decline there. And it is a capacity issue. We want to phase in the program and not, we want to make sure that we have everything in place for that first cohort to be successful. And so we will ramp up slowly over the first 2 or 3 years.
Thank you for that. I also, knowing this is a completely online program, what percentage of students do you expect from other states?
Well, we will prioritize admission to students from within Tennessee if we have capacity issues. But we do feel there will be a number of students from out of state who will be interested in this because of that focus on data science and instructional technology. That's a fairly unique emphasis of a PhD in higher education, and so, but we don't have. I don't feel like I have solid numbers to tell you an exact percentage at this point on how much out of state.
That's fine. I'm just curious because I think they're trying to potentially expand a lot of programs more than many organizations are aware of. And I do, I love the fact that you've added in that data science piece, just because I'm a bit of a data geek. But I also noticed that one of your external review by Dr. Miselva, I'm sitting at that name, she goes innovative and distinctive. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
So without any other questions, I will entertain a motion and a second on the Tennessee Technical University Higher Education Doctor of Philosophy program.
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? With none, we'll take the roll call vote. Madam Secretary.
Chairwoman Scarlett.
Aye.
Commissioner Kinfelder.
Aye.
Commissioner Tobin.
Aye.
Commissioner Matlock. Commissioner Manzer.
Aye.
Commissioner Wharton.
Aye.
Commissioner Winton. Commissioner Winton. Thank you. Treasurer Lillard.
Aye.
Councilwoman Powers.
Aye.
Chairman, you have 8 ayes.
Wonderful. The motion carries. Thank you so much, Dr. Ruth. Thank you. Dr. Hussain, you are recognized.
So let me introduce to you Dr. Stephanie Kolich, the Acting Provost and Senior Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs at the University of Tennessee Martin. Dr. Kolich will provide you with an overview of the University of Tennessee Martin's proposed Master of Music and Music Education and answer the questions that you have.
Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon at this point, everyone. Thank you so much for staying with us so long, and in the interest of time, since I believe I may be the only thing standing between you and lunch, I will make this brief. We are proposing the Master of Music in Music Education. Next slide, please. We're working at providing some resources for teachers in our section of the state in West Tennessee, where our primary target market is going to be West Tennessee music educators, both those at the state club level and people involved in church choirs and things like that. While this program will be primarily online, we could bring in some people from nationwide and international music majors who also may be interested in this. We are offering 4 emphasis areas within this program. 2 of them are related to conducting, and both of those emphasis areas will require a 5-week summer experience on campus, and that makes those 2 emphasis areas hybrid options. The other 2 emphasis areas are 100% online. The entire degree is 33 credit hours. There is a total research and teaching project associated with it. This fills a niche in West Tennessee. Most of our music educators who want a master's degree in music have to go outside the state or somewhere outside of West Tennessee in order to get that degree. Many of our people are going to either Eastern Kentucky University or Lindenwood University. We do have a significant number that also goes to the University of Arkansas as well. We believe that eventually we will be able to bring in interested students from the surrounding regions, surrounding states, so from Arkansas, Mississippi, Kentucky, and things like that. But our primary target is, again, West Tennessee music educators. Next slide, please. You can see from this slide that our program aligns very well with both the state master plan and the Dickie Martin strategic plan. Our primary focus is to work with the people within West Tennessee and give them the educational programs that they need in order to advance. Next slide, please. Our financial projections are very conservative. We will not need any new faculty to teach within this program. I'm proud to say that the faculty in our music department have figured out ways to combine courses, to rearrange schedules and so forth, so that all of the courses associated with this degree program will be taught in load without need for additional faculty. We're basing our tuition revenue on between 6 and 7 new students each year, beginning with 6 students in year 1. In year 2, picking up an additional 6 students, and those first 6 students we're hoping to graduate in year 2, and so on. We think that at least in the beginning, our enrollments will stabilize somewhere at about 15 students per year. After the program has been established and has achieved some level of popularity among West Tennessee, we believe that this will actually bleed out into the areas immediately surrounding us and eventually nationwide. But we've got to build the base first. And I believe that is it. So I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you so much, Dr. Fuller. Appreciate it. What sort of questions do you have from the Senate members?
Commissioner Scarlett, may I ask a question, please?
Please. Yes.
Yes, Dr. Collis, you said that there was a program in Eastern Kentucky and there was, I think, a private school program. We do not have a program of this nature at a public school university in West Tennessee. Is that correct?
I think there are some masters of music education. The difference is this is a master of music with an emphasis in music education, so it's a slightly different setup. Off the top of my head, I don't know exactly how many programs there are in Tennessee, either in public or private institutions.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions you might have? Dr. Collis, what sort of partnerships do you have with potential jobs for this sort of program? And I just ask that because I don't see a lot of open jobs for this sort of work, and so I'm just curious to know where you'd be helping source job opportunities for your students.
Actually, the data that we show, that we investigated, showed that there was an increasing number of music jobs available within Tennessee and within West Tennessee, that this is a growing market. And so we are hoping to get this program in place early enough to take advantage of that market growth. Our primary partnerships are with the K-12 school systems and the music teachers within those school systems. We also have some church music choir masters and so forth that are interested in coming, and I don't have the data in front of me for that, but I do know that our faculty has done a lot of research to find partners within the K-12 system.
And one more question. What is the average salary for this sort of position? I'm scrolling through the information I have. I don't see it.
I do not know the average salary for someone who is a K-12 music teacher.
Okay. Does anyone have any other questions? Well then, I will entertain a motion and a second on the UT Martin Music Education Master of Music.
So moved.
Do you have a second?
Second. This is David Willard.
Okay. Well, any further discussion? Okay. Madam Secretary, would you mind calling the roll?
Chairwoman Scarlett?
I'm going to pass.
Commissioner Kingsholder?
Aye.
Commissioner Coden?
Aye.
Commissioner Moser?
Aye.
Commissioner Morton?
Aye.
Commissioner Winton?
Aye.
Treasurer Willard?
Aye.
Comptroller Mumpower?
Aye.
Chairwoman, you have 7 ayes and 1 abstention.
Excellent. Well, I believe that means the motion carries. Thank you, Dr. Colich, and thank you, Dr. Christine. Really appreciate your time in all of this today. So thank you. Our last agenda item is other business. If anyone has any suggestions or considerations for the commission, I'd like to open up the floor for discussion.
Commissioner Scarlett, this is really not new business, but I believe that Shauna has 6 more days with us, and I just want to wish her well in her work at UT.
Yes, she will be missed. I'd like to get to that in just one second. I do a comment I have about this program. I know we've talked about the program approval process in the past. I mean, going through all these programs, it was interesting to me to see that every single program was approved by the local governing board for each of these institutions last month, like 10, 15 days ago. And then we were reviewing it, and all these programs are starting next month. And I don't know what needs to be part of the process or whether it makes sense, but it seems to me that is a very tight timeline to turn things around for those that are at the institution level. And I would encourage us as we talk about program approval process, that we take that into account, and maybe that's the conversation with the local institutions or the boards, or how does it make sense for programs to come to this commission, knowing full well that this is a reschedule. So thank you all for making time during the summer to hop on a call to have this conversation. But if you think about that process, I think that is a potential challenge, and there's probably opportunities for ways for us to button that up to be a little bit easier for all parties involved. So this is a comment from my perspective. In regards to our secretary and our amazing person on the staff team, Shauna, you will be missed. You've done amazing work over the years you've been with THEC. You've been missed by your team, certainly missed by the commission members. Although, thankfully for us, you're not leaving higher ed, you're still going to be part of the party. And so thank you so much for all the work that you've been doing for THEC and your continued focus and passion within the higher education space. Wish you all the best in your next journey. So thank you for being here.
Thank you so much. I almost made it out without getting the recognition, but I do appreciate it. Thank you.
You deserve a lot of recognition. So with that, if we've got nothing else, then this concludes our agenda. And if there's no more questions or comments, we are adjourned. Thank you all.
Thanks.